Okay, so what is CL?
Control language.
Control language. What is it used for?
It's used to interact with the system.
Can you say it again, please?
It's used to interact with the system.
To interact with the system?
Yeah.
Okay. Why would you want to interact with the system using CL, and how is it different than RPG? Interacting through RPG or Java versus interacting with CL?
The difference is it's not a high level language.
Yep, it's not a high level language. So what is it used for then? What kind of programs would you write with CL?
Like workflow management.
Workflow management. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Like automating stuff kind of for systems.
Okay, so pretty much you're writing operating system level scripts versus application level scripts to be able to communicate with an operating system called IBM OS with scripts, which comprise of what? What does the CL script comprises of? What does it has? Two things: CL commands and the programming constructs. Okay, CL command and programming constructs. What is a programming construct? This is an intro to programming question. What do we mean by a programming construct?
The basic building blocks.
The basic building blocks of a program. Very good. Okay. So CL programming constructs may not be as advanced as high-level languages, but CL does has programming constructs. When you put CL commands in the programming constructs of the CL, you could very well write a script that could run on an operating system and can help you solve day-to-day operating system problems. CL commands are the backbone of a CL program. CL command, you already know, consists of a word, which can be maximum of how many letters long?
3,
The entire command can be
10.
10, 3, 10.
10. Do you know of any CL command that is 10 letters long?
Can we make one up?
Yes, you can make one up because they don't exist. What's the maximum length for a CL command?
I feel like 9.
9. It is 9. Okay. So we
Because
have,
the first two have to be 3, and then the last one cannot be 4.
right.
Unless you somehow pull the copy file in there. But that's not a noun, right?
Well, the first 3 verb always has to be 3. The noun and the modifier, the subject and the modifier can be 1, 2, or 3.
Interesting.
Okay. So verb in all cases is 3, except for go and call. Call is 4, go is 2. Those are the only two exceptions. Otherwise, all verbs are 3-letter long. So if you're doing copy file, so the command is cpyf. So your subject is only 1 letter long, but the verb is cpy, 3 letters long. Display library list. So DSP, verb, 3-letter long. Library is 3-letter long, but list is only 1 letter long. Similarly, if you do this add library list entry. So add is 3-letter long, verb. Library is LIB, 3 letters long, and list entry is 2 letters long. If you want to, let me give you an example of all 9 filled. Work, user, profile. Work, WRK is a verb. User is USR, and profile is PRF. Each one of the 3 has 3 letters in it. Nothing more than 9. So, and that's it. Yeah, that's what it is. That's a structure. That was chapter 2 of Mastering IBM, where it talks about the structure of a CL command. Okay, so CL commands are a backbone. Now, what CL is not? One thing that you guys told me earlier on is it is not a high-level language. When it comes to communicating with the databases, what is it that CL cannot do to a database?
Sorry, I didn't hear the first
Update.
word.
What is it that CL cannot do to a database? One answer that came out was that CL program cannot update a database. Anything else?
Add.
It cannot add records to the database files either. The CL has printing capabilities.
Yeah,
Yes, but
but not complex ones.
yep.
Ha 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 ha.
Yep, very good. CL is limited to reading files, and only a small number of files can be opened at a time because it's not meant for business processing. It is only meant for some processing on the operating system end. On page number 3, controlling workflow with CL. That's where the word workflow came earlier on. Somebody responded. So CL program control the workflow of an application by letting you create job streams, which consist of CL commands to be executed in order. So what is a job stream? Job stream.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I thought you were answering that. What is a job?
A program a user creates to do a certain action.
Okay. And what is a stream?
To place those jobs are like put,
So it's basically
but that's a queue
temporary
though.
placeholder for the jobs where they are continuously coming in doing their jobs and what they're meant to do.
That'd be a
Okay.
queue, right?
If those jobs are lined up, then they'll form a queue.
But in order to do different jobs, you have a job stream.
You're right, but those job streams, if they are to run in any particular order, will then create a queue. Now, page number 3 also talks about CL execution environment and restrictions. You can enter individual CL commands into the system interactively on a command line or include them in a CL program. So when you want the job to run in the background, what kind of job is that?
Batch.
Batch, okay. To write your CL program, how can you write your CL program?
An RPG
RPG is another programming
or
language.
RDI, I'm sorry. I apologize.
RDI,
There's
RDI.
so many acronyms in this stuff. This is why I hate IBM.
Doesn't matter where you go, there are acronyms. So
You're
RDI.
not held to 9 letters.
RDI is an IDE, integrated development environment. What is an IDE?
An integrated development environment.
What is it?
It's where you go to code.
And
Yeah.
what else?
You got me.
Run and debug, right?
Yes, you are able to run in the same environment. You're able to debug in the same environment. You're able to connect with other resources in the same environment. It's just one package solution. Your frameworks are installed in the same environment. Your plugins are installed in the same environment. So it's basically your own little world that you don't have to leave to do something. So RDI is that little world which allows you access to not only programming tools, but also database tools. Also, green screen is embedded in the RDI environment. You can just do so much more within RDI. So within an RDI environment, what is that name of the editor in which you code CL? It's the same editor in which you have coded physical files
A
and logic.
terminal?
files.
Green screen.
No. I'm talking about RDI. I'm not talking about green screen. In RDI, what is the name of the editor in which you code CL program? And remember, green screen is not an editor. Green screen is an environment.
Either a terminal or a console?
Terminal. There's no such application. Terminal.
Of terminal?
Or there is no application called console. Console is an environment. Green screen provides you a console environment. Okay. So these are all different terminologies, but they mean something. Green screen is an environment. What is the official name for green screen environment? The proper name. Everybody call it green screen because traditionally that's the text color. But what is the name of that environment? It's a tool which is called what? Yes, Mason got it. It's a 5250 emulator. Just a pipeline environment. Yeah, so 5250 emulator allow you to communicate with the IBM machine, and it's just a telnet or like environment, which lets you come in through console. Okay, so see, there are so many things that surround the green screen that we need to learn and understand and use properly. So green screen is not an application. It's not an editor. What is green screen? What is it?
The
Emulator.
emulator.
It's an emulator, of course, but it provides you
environment.
environment. That's it. It's an environment. This environment provides you a console-based access to the operating system. RDI is another environment in a way, but it's based in the Windows environment. So that's why we don't use the word environment in RDI, because it's already in an operating system environment, which is Windows. So it gives you Windows look and feel, RDI. It's a graphical user interface to the IBM machine versus a console-based interface to the IBM machine. So when you are talking about the 5250 emulator environment, or you're talking about green screen environment, what is your editor in which you will code in green screen?
Is it SEU?
SEU, very good. I'm glad you didn't say STR, SEU. It is SEU. Because STR SCU is what?
That's the command
That's
used
the
to start.
command. That's a CL command to start the SEU editor. The editor's name is SEU, in which you will code, save, and where would you go to compile that code?
Work with product manager, program manager, work with PDM, right?
What did you say? PM?
PDM, work with
PDM, okay.
product manager, right? Or
Program
work with,
Development
yeah,
Manager.
okay, yeah.
PDM. PDM, SEU. Both of them can be executed or opened up by using the STR combinations. STR PDM will open PDM, STR SEU will open SEU. Anything that can open with STR, what do you call that? What kind of application is it that opens up with STR, followed by the name of the application?
I want to say a licensed program. Like, cause it has to be like, you have to start the program
There
from
are
the
many other
OS.
programs that are licensed programs, but do not need STR to run. They're called utilities. Okay, utilities, utility programs. Okay, coming back to the RDI. What is the name of the editor that you use in RDI to write the code? Anybody?
No, I really don't know. It's the name of where you type that, the,
The color-coded environment of RDI, where you love coding your physical and logical files because it's color-coded. What is that color-coded environment or editor called?
it's a really good question.
It's not SEU.
No, it's like, it's something super simple.
No, it's not super simple.
No, I feel like it's a really simple name. That's where I was coming for, like,
Oh, somebody wrote the name in the chat.
LPEX. Oh, look, I got it.
wow, you're good. Good
Hey.
job. I didn't even understand that. What is that? I didn't learn about that.
Oh, somebody wrote that again.
I think it's a live parsing editor.
Live parsing editor.
That's what we used last year in RDI.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it ever being called that. That's interesting.
Yeah, probably maybe have been mentioned once or twice. Well, the
What-
X is there because of the LEXX editor, which is a special editor, has been around for a long time.
That's got like blue, green, and yellow letters.
It just meant to handle the data structures and is used for editing programs, documents, some other materials. So yeah, that's what the X is coming from. It reminds me of a joke that a math teacher asked a college student in a math class, find X. And the response was, I'm not interested. That's why I left my X. Okay. Now comes page number 3 towards the bottom. We have a little program that shows you how a typical RPG, the CL program looks like. Right at the top, we declare all the variables. And each variable, unlike C# or Java that you're learning the same semester, it starts with a DCL, which is a command. All instructions in CL will start with a command. You will probably get reminded that you're writing pseudocodes again, that you learn in Intro to Programming, that every line must start with a command. So if you're declaring a variable, you start with DCL. Okay. So you're declaring a variable, all the variable names are preceded by an ampersand. And then followed by the data type. The data types are all preceded by an asterisk. And every data type has a size. Unless it's you know, like date and time, which are fixed size. Once you're done declaring all the data type and the variables with the data types and the proper sizing, then you can use them. Like, for example, on the very first line, we are retrieving the job attributes. We are retrieving the username attribute and we are pushing it into the variable user. Similarly, we're retrieving the system value Q date. And as the value gets returned, that gets stored in date variable. Then we retrieve another system variable called Q time. And as the time gets returned, we are storing it in the variable time. Now, again, CL is not a high-level language. So it doesn't really has what we call system.out.println or console.writeline. Rather, it uses something called send program message, which is another command which allows you to send a message over to the console. And here we are writing the message by calling the message parameter of the send program message command. And in parentheses, we are supplying with the value. Okay. So send program message, how many are required parameters for this command? How many required parameters for this command? Two? Because only 2 are listed. If there were more would be listed. Send program message command. The first parameter is MSG. What does it do? It lets you type a long message that can go on the screen. And if you can see over here that we do have a plus sign at the end of each line. What do you think? Is that a concatenation? Is that a
Yes.
concatenation? No, it's not.
No,
It's
it's
a
not.
line continuation. The concatenation is bcat with an asterisk. We'll talk more about it in the future chapters. That's a concatenation operator. A cat that you may see 2 lines down, or tcat. There are 3 different kinds of cats in concatenation operators in CL. bcat, tcat, and cat. We'll learn about the difference later on in the chapters. But plus is a line continuation character. Once you're done, you close the parentheses. for the MSG, followed by the message type comp, which means it's a completion message. So it sends out a message to all the message queues saying that I'm done. So this will display one line of output on the console. Right below where the console screen is, where you type your commands, right below that, that message will be displayed as soon as you're done calling the program. So that is how it will display hello, comma, whatever is the name of the user, concatenate that with long date, the date, concatenate that with the time and the value of time. So if you turn over to page 4, you can see how a typical output may look like. Okay. Moving on to chapter 2, page number 7. This is something that we already talked about here. Verbs and subjects. We already briefly talked about that they're all part of the command names. CL command names are limited to a maximum of 10 characters because that's what maximum is. However, there isn't a command to support that. You can make your own, but there isn't one yet.
What page was it again?
Page 7, the very first page of chapter 2. And it talks about the same stuff that we have talked about earlier today. Page 8 gives you the list of verbs, some of them. Page 9 gives you a list of some subjects. And page 9 also talks about modifiers. And then page 10 talks about putting the modifiers and the subjects together. And then the combination will create the commands. If you are to search for a typical command on the green screen environment, where would you go to do that?
Would it be go main?
Okay, go main. No, main is where all the main screen is. That's not the place to look for commands. Anybody over here served in Army or is familiar with Army ranks?
I'm sorry,
Somewhat.
Professor Saad. I just got a call from the loan agency or something, so I'll be right back.
Oh, okay,
I'm somewhat familiar with them.
okay. So what comes after captain?
The major.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the name of the menu where you would go to look for commands. Go major. And that's where all the commands are listed. If you want to look for the commands by verb, you type go verb. If you want to look at the commands within verb, for example, if you want to look at all the work commands, that you'll type go cmd wrk. If you want to look at all the subject commands libraries, then you'll do go cmd lib. So all the other categories, the first 3 letters are CMD followed by whatever you're looking for. So if I'm looking for all the clear commands, then I'll type go CMD clear, the CMD CLR. So like that, you can go to a particular menu. So it is go CMD, and the last 3 XXX could be a verb or a subject.
Are you sharing your screen?
No, I just typed it in the
Oh,
chat.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, none of that is on my screen. So that's basically what we went over in the chapters 1 and 2. Then we did some problems in class from the review questions, And I gave you the rest for the homework, for the review questions. Okay, chapter 3 is a continuation of chapter 2, another very short, small chapter. So let me bring up the PowerPoint for chapter 3 and I'll share my screen. In the meanwhile, if you guys also want to open the chapter 3 PowerPoint, you are more than welcome to do that. Where did that go? Enable editing. Not everything in the PowerPoint, and like not everything in the chapter is in the PowerPoint, but does has most of the stuff or a lot of the stuff. So we will refer to the pages in the book and also we'll be looking at the PowerPoint. So chapter 3 starts from page number 13 and goes all the way through page number 21. It's not a long chapter. Okay. So page number 13 talks about command parameters. What is a parameter?
Guideline.
I mean, in
of.
terms of commands.
Oh.
A value.
Values that you provide the command with to customize it. Some of those values are required, some of them are optional. So required values are required parameters. The optional values are optional parameters. The parameters can be listed either in a keyword notation or positional notations. We talked about that last time. Keyword notation will force you to write something like you see on page number 13, or you may see on slide number 2, that you write a keyword outside and in the parentheses you supply the value. That's a keyword. If you drop the keyword and only write the value, that's positional. For positional, you got to make sure that all the values are in the same order that the command is expecting. Otherwise, you should use keyword. For positional, you are required to put the values in the correct order. Okay, if you do not provide the optional parameters, they take the default values. An optional parameter may be specified, but is not required for successful execution of a command. Okay. Default values are the values that are given by default, which CL assigns. So that's been talked about on slide number 3. So required parameter, name of the value, and this is an optional, this is a default. This is not a default because you overrode that. Even if you skip the optional parameter, CL won't complain because it's optional. Moving on to page number 14. Display. Tape is one command on page number 14, starts out with that. This is display physical file member command, which is, I believe it's not on this page. In fact, he doesn't even talk about it until page number 20. But anyway, so we have a display file command. Where exactly can you get this kind of a help? What you're looking at over here. This is the IBM Information Center. Let's see. Let me take you to the website. Okay, I'm going to share that in the chat. How about that? 1 second. In the chat, let me share with you a link. which will take you to this page. Everybody got that? Opened? Now I'm looking for the same guy, DSP PFM. So right at the top where you see search in IBM i 7.4, we'll type here DSP PFM and hit enter. Right in the search bar at the top. And here you will find the display file number. You click on it and it takes you to that page where it talks about the display file number. And then this is basically, you know, the CL considerations. One second. Well, it's loading pretty slow.
You're okay. You're okay, baby.
I am searching for a correct information center here. Okay. 7.4. Let's go back. Taking me back to the same page. Display. PFM. Okay, this is the page I was looking for. This is the docs in English, RDFI 9.6. And this is where the commands are. So I click the letter D up there, coming down to the display physical file member. So I click on that, and that takes me to the parameters and the proper help. And down below it has examples and error codes and error messages. So that's the proper help center versus the one that I gave you before. Okay. So this is where, in this center, I want you to look for the display tape command and click on the link and start reading about it, its parameters, maybe look at some examples. So under display DSP, DIS, right? Display DIS. And you'll find down below in the letter T, because they're all alphabetically organized, this is where you'll find the display tape command. Click on it and it loads. And that's where it talks about the parameters and some examples. So read through this. And you can always click on a keyword and they'll jump to the description. And whenever you guys are done reading through that, give me a green check so that I know that you are done reading. In the meanwhile, let me grab my coffee. I'll be right back. So this is a good resource for you guys. Maybe you want to bookmark the main page I shared with you in the chat. So in the future, if you ever run into any of the commands that you want to have a quick look at it, you don't have to log into green screen and do go verb or go subject. You can just directly go to the site and look for that command and start reading about it. Most of you have given me checks. I'm still waiting for maybe a couple more people. Devin and Vincent. Okay. So that slide number 4 talked about how you can go about looking at the description of a file. So when we talk about the keyword notation, these are the examples of keyword notation. Now notice when you are using keyword notations, you can write the same command in different ways, and none of them will fail, because every time you are providing the value, you are also providing the name of the parameter. So that's why all these commands will work without a problem. Okay. So that's your keywords. That's what you looked for when I asked you to search for in the help. You clicked on those links and you went down. Those were all your keywords. Then comes the positional notation. This is an example with the positional notations. You drop the value, you drop the keyword, you only write the values. If they are in correct order, it'll work. Otherwise, it'll fail. Okay. So positional notation. Where do you learn about the positional notation? Let's say if I click on a command. Okay, notice right here in the notes, it tells you the positional notation. If it's required, then if you're writing positional notation commands, this will be the first one and that'll be the second one. And let's go to the command that you were looking at, display. Oops. Display file description was one of them. Okay, let's have a look at display file description. DSPFD. Notice in this one, the required is only one. This is optional. That's optional. And the rest are optional. So position 2, position 3, and so on and so forth. Anyway, so you get the point. Let's go back. You can use the asterisk n special value as a placeholder. That's being talked about in your book. Let's see where it's being talked about. Keyword, positional, page number 16. Where does he talks about that? The order of parameters. Oh, on page number 18, he talks about using asterisk n, page number 18. What if you want to use positional notation for a command and you want to use default values for some of the parameters? You can explicitly type the default values, but there is an alternative notation you can use to specify default values when using positional notations. You can enter the value /n as a placeholder within a positional notation. which will list of the parameters. So for example, instead of specifying the copy file command as cpyf, my file, your file, first replace, you can just say copy file, my file, your file, asterisk and replace. So this command will use the default values corresponding to them. The asterisk n was a special value, which will automatically pull the default values of the positional notations. So that's something that could be used in positional notations. You can mix keyword and positional notations. However, there is one rule you have to remember. Let's say you start writing your file command, and you said, okay, the first parameter is positional. The second parameter is positional. The third parameter is keyword. Now all parameters following the third one must now all be keywords. You cannot go back to positional anymore. So once you begin keyword notation, you must use it for all subsequent parameters. Positional parameters cannot follow keyword parameters. That's the only exception, which is being talked about on page number 18. Now moving on to page number 19. See, types of command parameters. CL command allows several different types of parameters that can be used. For example, certain parameters require you to specify a character string as the parameter value. Others require decimal value. The parameter type will depend upon the context of the parameter. So these are the list of the parameter types and their possible allowable values. So I will give you a couple minutes or so to go over this table, page number 19, or also you can look at slides, PowerPoint slide number 11. Any questions, guys, about any of this stuff? Moving on to the next slide, and also page number 19 towards the bottom, where special values are being talked about. So for the keyword notation or the positional notation, you can use the special values, which are preceded by an asterisks. And when you're looking at the help, it does tells you that the following keyword will support the following system values or special values, which are the ones that are preceded by asterisks. So it tells you the parameter type, and it tells you. So let's go back to the help for that. Where did that go? The help. Hold on a second. I close it. Here we have the help. And let's click on one of the commands here. So let's say copy file command. So in the copy file command, here is the parameter. So you can see that in the from file, it is the name, which is from that table on page number 19. That's a data type, a string, a character string whose first character is alphabetical, or which could be letters, $, hashtag, or @ and whose remaining characters are alphanumeric, $, hashtag, @ underscore, or a period. So that's what basically it shows, followed by the values. Okay, so anyway, where did that go? Here it is. Okay, so qualified name. What is a qualified name? Qualified name is a name where the name of the object is preceded by the name of the library. Library / the object name. So the name of the library is the qualifier of the object. So that's page number 20. And page number 20 also talk about value lists. So some command parameters permit you to list more than one values. So if it supports more than one values, it will tell you in the description that other values are supported and up to 300 are supported. And this is how you may list the values, separated by a space within the same parameters. You have the name of the parameter, you have the keyword, and then in the parentheses, you can list the values. It's called the value list. Okay. So that takes care of that. And then we have complex lists, which are rarely used, but possible. So here we have a keyword. And then within that keyword, we have a complex list that within this guy, within this, I'm using the following members, and within this, I'm using the following members. So in this example, as the book says on page number 21, right below the complex lists, was it this one? I think so, yeah, this one. So we are restoring only the file members MBR01 and MBR02 from each of the files, customers, invoices, and payments. Well, of course, book uses comp01, but in the slides, he used MBR01. So you're only restoring the following members from the following files. The major list and the subtitles are each enclosed in their own set of parentheses. So it's not a trivial task to read the command as it is written. Okay, fortunately, this type of parameter construction does not occur often, and you can use the command prompting facility to help match parentheses and to organize the list. Okay, followed by the chapter summary. I will let you guys read the chapter summary from the bottom of page 21 to the beginning of page number 22. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, is everybody done with that? Any questions so far?
Yes, sir. Nope.
Okay, so how about we take a break here till 3:35 and then we'll come back at 3:35 and resume with the other activities. So let me pause the recording, remind me to start it again. So I'll see you guys at 3:35. So let me share my screen again with you guys. And this time you will log into the V2 Cloud. Okay, so once you are inside the environment, you will open the IBM Rational Developer Fry.
I didn't get this option to sign into the V2 cloud when I logged in.
What do you mean? I mean,
When I logged into Gateway
when you came
website.
here this far,
Yeah, I didn't get that.
you don't see V2 Cloud here?
No, I don't see none of that.
Neither under GTC Apps Everything?
BTC apps. No,
Did you sign up late for the class or were you there on the original list?
I was in the original list.
Strange. Anybody else experiencing the same problem?
I have my.
No, I'm logged in.
Mm, So right now, just create the source physical file. Is
Sorry, my
everybody?
Z-
Yeah,
My Zoom has been cutting in and out off and on. Where are we making the physical file at again? Sorry.
it's source physical file that you create right on your profile. You right click on your user profile, you go to new, and then you click on source physical file. And then you give your source physical file a name under file. And then you hit next and finish.
Mine is not letting me hit new.
Try pressing
Let me make
F5
sure.
on the keyboard to see if it refreshes. And then try it.
Mhm. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody got this?
Actually, I have a quick question. I'm not sure how you got the green screen on the
Don't worry about green screen.
okay.
Yeah, just do this.
Okay.
Okay.
So then are we creating a file?
We're just creating the source physical file right now. Did you create the source physical file yet?
I have not yet.
Okay, you're not. Okay, so you right click on your user profile, you go to new, and you go to source physical file. And
Okay.
then the name of the file will be, I already provided you in the chat, just replaced the last two SY with your initials.
So I right click my user profile and then sort new source physical file.
Correct.
Okay. And then
In the name of the file, you type CL SP 22 and your initials
okay.
and hit finish.
All right. All set.
Okay.
I'm not seeing my name on the left or my profile on the left.
Press F5. Does it pops up anything for you?
No.
Okay, let's have a look at it. Go ahead, share your screen. Let's see.
It says host disabled, participant
Oh,
shared.
go ahead, try now. It is enabled now. Okay. Aha, you got to expand on the objects on the left. Yes. Then expand on the library list. Yeah. Here you go. Is that you? Is that you? Okay. There you go. Now you right click on and then go to new and then go to source physical file. And then you give it a name under file. It will be CL, SP, 22, and your initials. And finish. Here you go. Okay. Everybody got it? Everybody else?
All right,
Good?
thank you.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out how to add the connection to the Death Star again.
Okay, share your
Um,
screen.
All right.
Okay, close that. Close the, yeah, Kit X. Close the welcome tab. Maximize your screen. Okay. You do have Death Star there, too many Death Stars. Right click on the top Death Star, which is just Death Star. Yep, right click on that and delete. Okay, let's open the objects in the second one. You see objects as one of the options under Death Star. Open that, open library. Oh yeah, reconnect. Okay. Hit cancel. Actually, you made a mistake in the name of the Death Star. Hit
I
cancel.
typed it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So how about right click on that stat and delete that? Okay. Right click on IBM I. It's right there under new connection. New connection. Yeah. Click on new connection. Now type
Okay.
your Death Star. Yeah, under where you see localhost, replace that with deathstar.gtc.edu.
I see where the problem occurred now.
Yeah. Now you do the same process, expand object, expand library list, and then enter your user ID, change your user ID to ITPA. No. Yeah, your user ID. Yeah. Whatever
then-
your 3 digits are.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
You just had them there. Was it?
I didn't have it there before.
Okay, hold on a second.
I saw my name on there, but I didn't get to see the numbers on it.
Just 1 minute. Okay. Tell me your
It's
last
Clothier.
name. Last name?
Clothier, CLO.
Okay. It is 504.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, click OK there.
And then do you make your own password for that or the same one
You
as that
should
you
have one when you used it last semester.
Yeah, the only problem is that it was like 3 semesters ago. That's why I forgot.
Oh, okay, then I should reset it for you. Okay, we're gonna reset it to new pass, all lowercase.
Okay.
Click OK to sign in. And a master password was created. If you ever need to recover your password, you need permission. Okay, do you want? Okay, no. Okay, so now expand on your. Hold on a second, where are you? Right click. Okay, right click on library and refresh. Library list, I mean, right click on library list and refresh. Okay, right click on Death Star. Death Star, yeah. And choose disconnect.
Disconnect.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
open objects again
All right.
and open library list again. What's going on here? Okay, right click on the library list and choose add library list entry and type ITPA 504 and click OK. You see that ITPA 504?
Yeah.
Okay, expand that.
Expand to.
Source files. Source files, the second option.
All right.
You know, something doesn't seem right.
Doesn't
did you
look the
did you
same.
use it ever?
Yeah, I did, but it was a long time ago. It was like
But
3
shouldn't-
semesters ago.
Shouldn't empty it out. It should still have stuff in it. Okay, how about right click on Death Star and delete it again? Death Star, yeah, delete that again.
Okay.
Oh, is it disconnected first? First disconnected. And
then
then
delete it.
deleted, yeah. And let's try to recreate IBM a new connection.
Okay. And then objects library list.
Okay, now try ITPA 504. And then your password, new pass, all lowercase, click OK.
Okay. Isn't it supposed to show up here right now?
Yeah, it is supposed to do that.
I'm so confused.
It is so strange.
I never had problems last time, but I'm trying to think about, 'cause this
Okay,
was a while ago.
right click on library list and change current library. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's Q2. Type ITPA 504. Click OK. Okay, open that ITPA 504. Just click on that arrow next to it. Okay, that's all it is. Okay, right click on it and create a new source physical file. Okay. Yeah, replace that SY. I don't know why you're getting that there.
I don't know.
Next. And finish. Okay. Strange. Okay. Hopefully
It should be
it
good
will
now.
work fine. Yeah, should be okay.
All right. Sorry about that.
It's okay. No, it's not your fault. It's just like it's acting weird. But anyway, guys, so can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, somebody asked me how I can bring the green screen. So this is how you bring the green screen. You right click on the Death Star and you choose host connection emulator. When you click on host connection emulator, it brings the green screen. And then you can sign into the green screen right from RDI. And that gives you an opportunity that if you ever are missing green screen, you can just open right there and then. And you don't have to go outside and open it through a different app. Okay. Okay, so now that I am inside my CLSP22 initials, that's my source physical file. Always remember that you need a source physical file whenever you need to write a CL program. Do you need to create a source physical file every week if you want to write CL programs?
No.
No. This is more than enough for the entire semester. You could be doing your homework assignments here. You could be doing your classwork here. No problem. Okay. Now let's right click on this source physical file and click a new member. The name of this member will be SP, let me turn on my caps lock, SP22 prog1. SP22 prog, PROG1. And then in the list of the types, choose CLLE. CLLE. Hit finish. Please confirm to make sure that your type is CLLE. Okay.
Sorry, I had to go do something. How did we get to this screen?
Oh, I right click on the creates the source physical file and went to new member. Then the name of the member is SP22 prog1, PROG1. And from the type, you choose CLLE. And then you hit finish.
Okay, so it's SP22
22 PROG1. That's the name of the object. And the type of the object is CLLE. So click on CLLE, the one with two L's.
Got it.
And then hit finish. And then you will end up here.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
So
thank you.
this is my label. Greet : is my label. In chapter number 3, there is another command that is a 4-letter command. I'm just trying to see where does the author talks about that command. It's called go-to command. Go-to command. The go-to command is also used as a 4-letter command to jump. In the absence of loop, I don't know if he talks about it in the chapter somewhere or not. I forgot about that. But anyway, go-to is another command that is used to jump from one place in the code to another. Horrible programming practice in high-level languages, but the low-level languages always had it for a very long time. Okay. Now, here, send PGM MSG, which is send program message. Message, hello world. Message type, come.
I might start to enjoy this now that we're actually getting the code,
Cool.
because then I can actually like understand it, like use it to my puzzle working skills, you know?
So send program message allows your CL program to send a message to the prompt, to the console environment, and be able to display this out. Is everybody done with this?
It's giving me an error, but
Error?
it's not popping up with that at all. It says operation failed, file system input or output error, unable to establish a connection.
Show me your screen. I mean,
Okay,
that's strange. Should not. Click OK. Open your CLLE program. Go ahead, click on it. Okay, now can you double click on the CLLE program? Okay, still.
no. Do you think it has to do with my connection to Death Star or no?
Were you having that problem earlier on?
No, I
No,
wasn't,
no,
but
no, right? No.
but you said it might not work properly and we'll have to see. So maybe,
Oh, I mean, okay. So were you having the issue that it was not connecting? Oh, yeah, you're 504, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I should try to figure this out after class so I don't waste everyone's time.
So did it initially let you create the
Yeah.
member or no?
Yeah, it did.
It did. So the editor popped up or no?
Like with that pop-up screen that you just got, no, that's when it stopped working.
Oh,
But
okay.
it let me create it with no problems, and then when I tried opening it, that's when the problem.
Delete that. Right click and
Okay.
delete it. Okay, let's see. Try again. Right click, new member,
And then
and choose CLLE and hit finish. Okay. Go ahead, close RDI.
just the whole,
Yeah, just the RDI.
all right.
And okay. Okay, reopen RDI. Yeah, click OK. Oh, you don't need to do that here.
Oh, okay.
It's just right click on the Death Star and hit refresh. Or let's see. It is giving you a fine. I wonder why it's giving you that little flag next to it. That's strange. You know, there's another workaround that we can do. Let me see if there is an unassigned user ID that I can assign you to
Okay.
see, you know.
Yeah.
1 second. Okay, try this. Try typing ITPA 567 right here. Yeah. And tab. Just hit tab and type new pass. Enter. Okay, enter. Hit enter. Okay. So why don't you enter new pass in the current password? Nothing will pop up on the screen, so you don't have to worry about that. Tab. Okay, now you need to come up with a new password with some rules that no two same letters should be next to each other, and there should be a number somewhere in the password.
Okay.
Okay. And hit the
Um,
control on the keyboard.
Oh, messed up. It's not letting me type now.
Yeah, hit the control key on the keyboard.
The control key.
Yeah, CTRL, the control key. Hit that on the keyboard.
Yeah, I am, but
Oh, it's not letting you do anything.
no, it's not. I think it's, I don't know why.
Hit F3 to see if it lets you get out of there. Okay, hit enter now. Okay, now try again. So the first, yeah,
And then you said no two letters can be next to each other.
same letters.
Same letters. Okay.
Yeah. And just stick a number somewhere in the password.
Okay.
Oh, password
Oh,
contains two
my bad.
numbers next to, yeah, say only one number.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so now how about you right click on Death Star in the remote systems and disconnect. So it's not even connected. Okay, yeah, it's disconnect. Okay, right click and refresh. Okay, open objects. Is it still connected to the old one? Okay. Okay, how about you right click on Death Star and delete it altogether?
Okay.
Disconnect and then delete. Okay, let's reestablish the connection.
All right. New connection. Or that's not what I do, is it?
Expand, yeah, expand
I
new
have to
connection.
expand it. My
Yeah.
bad.
New connection and then.
Okay.
Okay, so now expand the objects, library list. Okay, now type under user ID ITPA 567. It's 567.
5, 6, 7. My bad.
And
And then the
then,
password I just made, right?
yep. Okay. Now, right click on ITPA 567 and create a new. Yeah, and then, yeah, that's fine. Hit next and finish. Okay, now right click on that, hit new member. And that's fine. Use CLLE. Okay.
There we go.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. I'll share my screen next. Something funny going on with that ID, maybe, you know, something messed up.
It just
with it.
hates my account.
Yeah, it just, yeah, so. Anyway, so you have a new ID, so now you'll use that one. And it's easy to remember, 567.
Yes.
So anyway, so we write this code now, the label. PGM and NPGM are required entities in a CL program. So this will be our hello world program from CL.
Hey, any shot you might be able to show us how to like increase the font size?
Yeah. Once everybody is done with this, I will do that.
I appreciate you, sir.
No problem.
I found out how to do it on Visual Studios, and I got to make all my code different colors and stuff.
So
it
you
was-
go under window menu, and then you go under preferences. Got it so far? Under window menu, preferences. Then on the left-hand side in this list, look for LPEX editor. Got it? Click appearance. Then you got to click on change font. And then you choose whatever you want to choose and click OK. And then apply and OK. Okay. Everybody got that? Anybody?
And
want
then your editor profile,
editor profile?
LPEX? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
lowercase, right?
Yeah, LPEX editor, appearance. Under appearance, on the right-hand side, click on change font. The dialog box will pop up, and then you can choose whatever size you want. And then you click OK. Then you hit apply and OK.
Well, LPEX editor, appearance. There we are.
Click change font. On the right side, there's a button.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
No problem.
And then what do you keep yours at?
I kept mine at 18,
Oh, wow.
just so that everybody can see it, but you
Yeah, for
keep it to
sure.
whatever size you can see on your screen.
Wow, very cool. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now that we are done with these lines, we will click under compile, and we're going to create BNDCL, the bound CL program. So we choose the very first option here. Under the compile menu, compile, create bound CL. It goes through this code. And if there are any syntax errors, it will list them right below. Right now, it is giving me a warning saying what in the world you're doing. You didn't even use a variable and you're writing a CL program. Are you out of your mind? That's okay. That's okay.
Wait, where did you go to just then? Sorry.
Oh, you go to compile,
Oh, just
compile, and make sure your cursor is blinking in the editor. Otherwise, the compile will have no options enabled. And you choose the very first one, create bound CL.
What is what is bound CL? Like a bound compile?
It basically creates a full-fledged compiled file which can run on its own versus a module which will need other programs to run it. You can do exactly the same thing that I did from the menu by right-clicking in the Remote System Explorer. You can also compile from there. You can right-click on the member. You can go to compile, and you can use the same option from there. So whatever you like, menus or the Remote System Explorer approach, either of the two options will do exactly the same thing. Everybody with me so far, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Now let's go to the green screen. If you're not already logged into the green screen, you can log into the green screen again by simply right-clicking on the Death Star in the Remote System Explorer and choosing Host Connection Emulator. It will open up the green screen environment right here, and you can then enter ITPA, your 3 digits, your password, and then you are in the green screen environment. I'll give a minute or so that everybody can get in. Okay. Now, right in the prompt down below, you type the command. What command should I write to run a program? What command should I type to run a program?
STR?
Come on, look at me.
Call.
Thank
Oh,
you. Come on, I shouldn't host Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'll give just too many guesses, right? Okay. Call, followed by the name of the program. SB22 Prog 1. Enter, and you will see Hello World down below. Ta-da! Got it, everybody?
What was that command again?
Call space the name of the program.
Could you go back to the CLLE file, please?
Mhm.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
Is there anybody who didn't get to see the output?
Me, it says that I have errors.
Okay, so did you had any compile time errors, or did you had runtime error?
When I try to compile it, it says I have errors.
Okay. Do you want to fix it yourself first?
I'll try.
Okay, otherwise let me know. Aiden, do you still have the question about the command? Jordan already typed that for you in the chat though. Okay, cool, awesome. Let me know if you need help, Victor.
Yeah, but I'm on a different screen.
Ah, are you sure you typed everything correctly the way I did it?
Yeah,
It's still giving you an error.
yeah.
Oh, well, I would have to see your screen to be able to
Yeah.
help you.
Okay. Share my screen.
Yes, yes, please. Let me stop sharing and so they can share now. Okay, go to the beginning of the letters S in the send program message. Okay. Yeah, right before the letter S. Can you hit the space bar? A few more times till it goes past the letter P. Thank you. Now do the same with end PGM.
Remove it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Hold a second. Why is it? Hold a second. Let me see. Why is it doing that? Because something doesn't seem right there. You had greet PGM, S&D PGM MSG. Here's your message in all dark colors. How about, why don't you get rid of line number 102? Just delete it altogether.
100 and what?
102. Just
Okay.
delete. Yeah, just select everything on it and delete. Okay. Now hit tab, or sorry, or enough spaces. Go past. Okay. Now type SND PGM MSG space, type MSG again, and then in the parentheses, in single quotes, type hello world. Single quote close, parentheses close, space, MSG type. It's one word. And in TYPE, and in parentheses, type asterisk COMP. COMP, parentheses close, hit enter. And you didn't put any space after the G of MSG, right? The
No.
one before the hello world, parentheses.
No.
There's no space there, right? Yeah.
No.
Go ahead, save the changes and recompile. What's going on here? Same error. Can you double click on the first error? Yeah. The value hello.
I think that it might be because there's no space in between the two.
Oh, he did
Like-
not put a space before the message type. You
Mhm.
know, when you type MSG type, there is a space before the M. Okay. Now save the changes and recompile. No, that wasn't the case. Why is it falling to message ID? The parameter message ID, not. Message ID is not even a required parameter. Send program message. SG type. The color coding scheme is also very different. Can you do one more thing for me, please? Right click on your source physical file, the CLSP, right? No, in source physical file, yeah. And click new and create a member. Change that, add an A after 1. After 1, add an A. Okay, click finish. Now here type greet colon PGM, greet colon space PGM and hit enter. Hit enter and type end PGM. End, END, end.
Like standard.
No, end, END, end. No,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and PGM. Enter. Okay, now compile this. Say okay. Okay, that's fine. Go to line 101 and hit a space bar till you get a line under the letter P and type here SND PGM space MSG. Sorry, no, SND PGM MSG, sorry, together. Space MSG and in parentheses in single quotes, hello. Single quotes, yeah, world, hello world, single quote, close, parentheses, space, MSG type, parentheses, asterisk, COMP. Close and save the changes and let's compile again. Okay, that's fine. Now, why don't you go to the green screen, which is a tab already opened. If you look at your tabs, it's one, yeah. Now type, now hit, change, add number 1, after 1, add an A, enter. Here you go.
Okay.
Maybe that file is corrupt. Go back to right click on that 1 and delete it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not even there. Okay, and run in the background is fine. The reason it is running in the background because you need to close that tab to the left of Death Star. Yep, that tab, close it, and then it'll delete it because as long as the file is open in memory, it can delete it. Now it's gone.
Okay.
Okay, cool, awesome. Everybody get to see it now, right? So everybody has it. So you have seen your first Hello World program, works great. So just wanted to get you started on CL. We're again, we are reviewing some of the concepts from the previous chapter or the previous course while we are looking at this new stuff. So what you got to do during the week? What you got to do during the week is you got to work on the quiz for chapter number 1. And you have an assignment on chapter number 3. The assignment, chapter number 3, there are review questions that are on, what is that? Page number 22, you have some review questions, right? And then in the exercises, which is also on pages 22 and 24, 22 through 24, you have some exercises questions. So I've given you 4, 5, 8, and 10. Question number 4 says, go to the appendix A, which is at the back of the book, appendix A. That starts page number 457. Okay. And again, guys, you know already the search, the IBM Information Center site that I shared with you guys in the chat. That also has all the commands. If you can't find it over there, I mean, you can always look over there as well. So that should take care of that. So you have an assignment to work on, which is review questions and exercises. And then you have a quiz on chapter number 1. Those are the 2 items that you'll be working on during the week. And both of those items are due by, let me change the due date on the quiz to next week, Wednesday, midnight. And the assignment is also available to you till next week, Wednesday, midnight. Any questions?
I'm good.
Okay, then that's all for today, guys.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Yep.
Have a good night, sir.
You do.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Too.
So I had a